Welcome to NewsShowTV with Pedro Lopes from InfiniteBook. It's an incredible thing. I have my own. Actually, I bought one on FNAC. So this is my own, but you the founder?
Yeah, I'm the founder of
the developer?
Yeah.
Give me a story behind the thing.
I found this when I was 17 years old.
Okay. How old are you now?
I'm 22 now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was still studying in... my path was to go to engineering.
Yeah.
But because of that, I always study a lot of math and physics and that stuff. And when you study that, you make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah. Even later too. Yeah. Even later too. Yeah.
A lot of them. And I never like to study using a pencil. It's not smooth, and when we erase something, it will rip the page.
Yeah.
And with a pen, even though it's smooth, you are not free to make mistakes.
Yeah.
You always have that thing in your mind that you can't make a mistake. You can't make a mistake, and you won't learn that way.
Yeah.
So the basically thing that I did I bought a whiteboard for my bedroom wall, and I started studying there. And that was the beginning of the journey, because I always loved whiteboards, and I always wanted to have one with me all the time.
Yeah.
So basically, the InfiniteBook was upgrade of a whiteboard. It's just a portable one. It's a notebook with 15, 20 pages.
And 15, 20 whiteboards, actually.
Yeah.
So
all of them you can write, erase and reuse just like a regular whiteboard, but with a better experience, because if you close the notebook it won't erase.
Right, exactly.
If you pass your hand over the text it won't erase, and that's awesome.
It's incredible. So that's why, actually, maybe you see it, we're on a playground. And I choose the playground while I have the problem, I have kids, and a lot of people having kids, sitting on the playground watching the kids. And then there comes an idea, and you're searching for paper or something to write down. With this thing, and even this gives different sizes, different colors. Yeah. You even do this with logo for companies.
Yeah, you also can make a custom made. Yeah.
It's an incredible thing. I use it. I was really happy to have something like this. So I think we're following the story. Where are you going? And now, what is your next step? You have this thing in some stores already, so it's on the market. You can buy it, like I did.
We have it in some stores in Portugal. Like you said, we are at FNAC. We also have an online store, and we are present on all Amazon stores in Europe. Yeah. But next steps with this product is the expansion. We want to go to all Europe, like with resellers, just like FNAC and many others. Yeah. And for the company itself, I think the next step is create something that is aligned with our vision. That is, I created this to solve a problem for myself, but after that I discovered a much deeper problem with the even education system nowadays. Okay. Yeah. And it's a tough thing to say, and it's not. I am not happy to have this problem. Yeah. But it's killing creativity. Yeah. It's killing innovation. They close you inside a box, and I want to create products, even notebooks or wherever it is, just to allow people to continue to be creative, to be innovative, to learn better, because this is a thing to slow down. Our life nowadays, we always have something to do. We are always on a rush, and we don't have time to think, to write things down, to create new things. And the old products that we are gonna make will be with that thing in mind. Perfect. So the future for our kids. Yeah. That's why we're in the playground. Yeah. And after this, we go over to the slide and have some fun on the playground. And so we follow you. We will see what you're doing in the future. I'm very impressed. Not only while using this book with all the ideas and all the things that are coming. So see us again. Yeah. Lots of success. Thank you very much for watching. And Pedro Lopes will be, I think, in the future on a certain point in our society with all his idea. Yeah, changing things, moving things, doing things. That's the goal. Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Muito obrigado. Welcome back after our little trailer with Pedro Lopes in the studio now. And so
after seeing this and talking to you on the playground, I think there's a lot more involved in what you're doing, and your ideas are not ending, or?
No, they're not. Not at all. I always keep inventing new things, and that's a problem because I can't produce them and evolve with them because I have a company to run.
Yeah, exactly.
But I always keep having ideas of things to
and
create.
you're responsible for your company and all the things behind, by law even. Even by law. So we have to have success in what we're doing. And so you as a person, and I would say, well, you talked with Mike. And you had a very nice interview. I saw this, and you talked a little bit about your person and your personality and how everything came along. So I like to see this interview and show this interview to our audience. Thank you. See you soon. Stay tuned.
We're back in the studio with Pedro Lopes. Pedro, I think just in case someone's coming into this video kind of halfway through, let's cover a few headlines. Okay. How old are you right now?
Right now I am 22.
22.
Yeah.
And you'll be 23 in?
I think about 1 week.
In 1 week's time?
Yeah.
So almost there, almost there. And you've, how old were you when you formed your first business?
Okay, when I formed InfiniteBook, I was 17.
17. And then stumbled upon the idea of InfiniteBook by accident?
It was by a necessity and by accident, kind of a mix of both.
Yeah.
And it was while I was studying, because I really don't like using a pencil. It's not smooth, and when you write, you mess with the paper, and you can't write again over many times. So I always study using a pen, but the pen is very nice. But when I make a mistake,
you can't erase it.
Yeah, I can't erase it. It's very simple. And so I bought a whiteboard to my bedroom wall.
Yeah.
And I started studying there, but I need to study stand.
Yeah.
And it was not the best solution because the space is limited. And I just wanted to be portable.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, I'm gonna make this whiteboard something portable. And I made the first prototype of InfiniteBook.
So
it's like that.
How did you make the prototype? Out of which materials?
It was very simple. I had like a blue paper, where I had printed business card for my unusual teacher project, and they weren't even cut. So I used that blue paper as a cover for the notebook. Then I put that plastic. Do you know when you have some books for school? Yeah.
Oh, that
plastic.
Wrap. Yeah, the plastic thing. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I just wrapped some regular A4 paper with that plastic. I just stick it all together.
That's clever.
Put 2 staples on the
the
middle.
I can imagine it.
Yeah.
And you wrote on top of that with a kind of felt tip or something.
With a permanent marker. It wasn't erasable then.
Interesting.
I only could erase with alcohol.
Yeah.
But
it worked.
I loved it.
It worked, and that was the first prototype. Have you still got the prototype?
Yeah, of course.
You've kept it. We need to see that. So you were 17. You came up with this idea. It kind of filled a need that you felt wasn't being addressed by anybody else or any other business. You're 17 at this point. At what point does Timbi Era come into the story?
Timbi Era was, I don't know, I started the company in 2014, Timbi Era came in 2016.
So we're 19 now?
I think.
So you're 19, 20?
Yeah.
And for the people watching who don't know Tim, because we have viewers all around the world, Tim's one of Portugal's leading investors, highly known and respected entrepreneur. He did the first season of Shark Tank Portugal. I think he was their record investor for that particular season. How does a 19, 20-year-old kid, if you don't mind me using that expression,
no problem,
come to be working with one of these hugely successful entrepreneurs?
First of all, Tim is very accessible person. Just open-minded. Yeah. It's not like the idea that you have of investors and big sharks.
Yeah. So he's approachable.
Yeah, he's very approachable, and
but you have to find him first, right?
I met him in an event in Viseu.
In Viseu?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's my hometown.
Yeah.
And I met him there, and I spoke with him just maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I loved the idea, and since then we started.
A 30-minute chat with one of the Europe's leading entrepreneurs is quite a big deal, right?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. He liked the idea from the start.
Yeah.
And how quickly or slowly did it go from you guys having your initial discussion to Tim saying, you know what, I want to be a partner?
Okay, maybe 1 year, I think, with regular meetings.
Yeah.
With some advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, why did it take a year? What needed to happen within that year?
No, I think it's having a partner and an investor is. I think it's like a relationship. You need to
definitely
to work on it.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it took so long.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, I think it.
So it's like a courtship at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Getting to know each other, seeing if it's a fit.
Yeah.
Would you say it's more of a personality thing or more of a business thing?
I think it's both. I think Tim maybe somehow Tim liked to meet me because he saw in me something maybe
potential.
Yeah, some potential, because I started this with 17 and I want to help.
Yeah.
And also because the business is doing great.
Yeah.
And it was also a very good business opportunity.
Once he came along, it was already making money.
Yeah, it was.
What kind of money was it making at that point?
At the time, I don't know. I think it was near 100,000 euros
per year.
Per year, yeah.
And you're 19, 20 at that stage.
Yeah.
That's amazing, right?
Yeah, I think it is. The thing about entrepreneurship is that, and entrepreneurs in general, is because we set expectations to our. We set goals.
Yeah.
And when we achieve them, we just don't enjoy that much.
You take them for granted, right?
No, because now it's 100.
Yeah.
But when I achieve 100, I want now 500,000.
Yeah.
And our mindset just.
It's always the next project, the next goal.
And you don't have the time, and at least I don't.
I'm the same, by the way. I'm the same.
Yeah, and I can't enjoy that much when I reach a goal, because I'm thinking on the next one.
I think a lot of entrepreneurs are terrible at celebrating things.
Yeah.
Because they're always so focused on the next thing.
I always try to celebrate small things and enjoy a little bit of the journey. And I always try to do that, but
sometimes you forget.
Sometimes I can't. Yeah, I forget, because, for example, when I go to a meeting or to a conference, and I go driving. Yeah. I try to, if possible, go to some secondary roads near the river. Yeah. I listen to music
to make the most of that moment
for myself. Yeah, just because my days are so occupied with work.
Yeah.
That I need to find those small moments to appreciate it. Okay.
That's cool, and I think it's an important lesson for everybody, right? Is to find that time for yourself, amidst all the chaos sometimes, right? Yeah. Because sometimes I know I can feel that way. It feels like we never stop.
For me, it's while I'm driving.
Yeah.
I have all the ideas while I'm driving.
Okay, so is that that's your moment of kind of zen where the ideas flow? For some people, it's the shower, right?
Yeah, but I can take 3 hour showers.
Okay, so you're driving and the ideas are coming to you. Is that right?
That's not ecological at all.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
But yes.
Okay, that's cool. So we're 19, 20 years of age. Timbi Era comes into the story. Around about that time, you're making about 100k a year in sales. Fast forward now 3 years?
Yeah, 3 years, I think, yeah.
And if you don't mind me asking, what kind of sales are we looking at now?
This year, we are hoping, and probably will maybe pass 500,000.
Great, that's really cool. We're in Portugal, obviously. Yeah. Are most of the sales happening in Portugal still?
Yeah, we're trying to go abroad.
Yeah.
And we're focused on that. Our marketing campaigns are being targeted to the Europe.
Yeah.
But just from 1 or 2 months ago.
Okay.
But most of the sales are in Portugal.
So right now we're in Portugal, but obviously if you can get into these other markets and establish yourself in a similar way, then the sky could be the limit, right?
Of course, yeah.
So whereabouts in Portugal how can we find InfiniteBook right now?
Where? In FNAC.
Yeah, FNAC. Which is a French shop, right?
Yes, it is French.
But they've got it in the Portugal outlet right now.
Only in Portugal, yeah.
Okay.
Jumbo.
Jumbo?
Yeah.
Which is also owned by a French brand.
Auchan.
Yeah.
And online.
Yeah, Amazon, is that right?
We are at Amazon, but we don't have Amazon in Portugal, so Amazon to all Europe, and we also have our own website.
So if I wanted to go onto Amazon to buy the book, where would I be looking? Which Amazon?
The 5 in Europe.
Any 5?
Yeah.
So you're in the UK, you're in France, Germany. Brilliant. Okay, that's great. So 17, you have this great idea. That's very young.
Yes.
Okay. What was Pedro like 15? Were you a different type of kid, or were you just the kid who was waiting for this kind of thing to happen?
I think I never had that entrepreneur background, like lemonade stand and those type of things. I never did that.
Yeah.
Even today, I don't like that much entrepreneurship. The thing about entrepreneurship that people create, the buzz. I like doing things, doing business, but not the flourish thing.
Okay.
And I think I always like to create new things, to play with physical products, not online. But yeah, I was always very focused on things. In terms of school, yeah, I was.
So are you an inventor type personality? Do you think?
Yeah, much.
That's more your thing.
Yeah.
And has business come difficult to you?
No, I also love business.
Okay.
That's a good thing.
So what's your distinction, if you've thought about it, between being a businessman and being an entrepreneur? How do you define the difference?
That's a nice question, but I think a business person just tries to grab an opportunity, like you take a business that already exists, and try to build around it. For example, I don't know, sell phones or bookstore, whatever.
So you think it's less innovative?
I think it's about innovation, yeah. And maybe entrepreneurs, they're very similar, but I think entrepreneurs try to have in their mind the scale of the things. They try to scale the business much faster than a regular businessman.
Do you think an entrepreneur is more of a dreamer?
Yeah, probably.
Less practical sometimes?
No, they are. I try to believe as an entrepreneur that I tend to be much more practical, because I need to be, otherwise the business won't run. But we need to. Gary Vaynerchuk said one thing very that I think that defines the entrepreneurship. The clouds and the dirt. You have to be both. You have to keep your head on the clouds sometimes, but never forget to keep your feet on the ground. I get it. It's kind of find a balance. Find that balance between the two. Between the two, because if you're only dreaming, you can't create a business. That makes sense. And I think finding that balance. I agree. The balance is the hardest thing. Yeah, it is. You're a young entrepreneur. Yeah. We've surely got many young people watching this video. I'm sure the advice you would give to young people will apply to people of pretty much any age. But let's try and focus specifically on young people right now. If they are thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, forming their own business, creating their product, trying to get it to market, that kind of thing, what kind of advice would you give them? Okay. First of all, I don't like that much to give advice, because I don't think that I have the expertise to give that. Okay. But I always try to share my story, and if they feel somehow that it helps inspire, yeah, okay, nice. But one thing that I usually say is don't do it. Okay. Because if by saying don't do it, I can persuade them to stop them from opening a business. Talk them out of it. Yeah. They're not fit to be entrepreneurs. Okay. Because an entrepreneur is someone that has an idea, and it just go all the way through to create them and to build the business about it. Yeah, they don't stop at nothing anymore because of a 22-year-old guy. Yeah, that makes sense. They don't stop. And But other things that I always tell is my story and the things that I went through.
Yeah.
Because of the startup, because of the InfiniteBook. And most of them was because I started this when I was 17.
Yeah.
So I went to college at the 18.
Yeah.
When I was 18. And I never really lived the college life.
Okay, so when you say college, there's obviously a distinction sometimes between the American English and the British English, right? Which is fine. But in England, we'd say university, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Carry on, mate.
Right after high school.
Yeah. So university, studying what, by the way?
Management.
Management.
First, I went to engineering, electrical engineering.
Yeah.
And after 2 years without doing anything, I switched to management.
Okay, so that wasn't for you. Management
not doing
interested.
anything in management.
Okay, was it a good thing to have studied for you?
Kind of.
Hasn't been particularly useful.
The educational system is not fit to entrepreneur.
Okay.
So
I agree.
We could speak for hours.
Yeah, I agree, by the way. I agree. So the studies haven't particularly prepared you for your own business, is that right?
No, not at all.
Even though management must be a part of your day-to-day life?
Just some things that helped me was, I think, something related to accounting. Accounting, yeah. Law, some law classes.
Yeah.
But not much more than that.
Do you think, because this is one of my favorite subjects, by the way, do you think the information that was useful from your studies you could have gained quite quickly and easily from the internet?
Of course.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course. Last week I was studying microeconomics on Khan Academy.
Yeah.
And I learned in maybe 2 hours much more than I learned in a whole semester in college.
I think that's a really important detail, right?
Yeah.
Because we've got a lot of young people in a lot of countries, probably not all countries, but I know places like the UK and the States where people are spending a lot of money. They're getting into a lot of debt to get a piece of paper that an entrepreneur doesn't need.
Yeah, I don't. Let's not make this general thing. It's not for everyone. College has its paper on society, like for medicine. I
agree. Vocational jobs, right?
There are some jobs that you need to go to college.
Totally agree.
If you want to be a teacher, anything.
Yeah.
But for being an entrepreneur, for me, it was just a waste of time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really.
I totally understand.
It's not for everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a choice that you probably make that choice too young.
Yeah.
But it's a choice that you need to make.
Well, we're pushed into it, right? As somebody who went to university at 17, somehow you're meant to have decided who you want to be, what you want to study, what you want to spend 100 grand of debt, like to get into, and you're supposed to have it all figured out.
Yeah.
Right? I'm 44. I haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a tough call, right? I think it's tough. So
about the advices.
Yeah.
I didn't finish it. Because I always tell that I never went really to college life, like going out at night, going to parties.
Oh yes, you weren't living like a regular student, right?
I was living like that. I always had meetings to attend, something in the way of the parties. And
I get it.
Even meeting people of my age, it was very difficult.
Yeah.
Because our conversations are very different. You know, most of my friends now are much older than me.
Do you think you're an old soul though?
Yeah, I'm like 60-year-old granny. Probably. No, but I am, because the conversations when you're in college tend to go around girls, alcohol, parties.
Yeah.
And it's not, I love that kind of conversations.
Sure, but not always.
And not only. And they don't excite me as much as speaking about, I don't know, business, new things around the world.
I get it.
Happening.
I get it.
I don't know.
I totally get it.
Different.
Yeah.
And I found it very difficult to
integrate.
Yeah.
I understand.
And also, you don't get many vacations. Not vacations at all, probably.
Yeah.
And it's you sleep. You don't sleep. You have to work like you never worked before.
Yeah.
And not like you ever think you will work.
I understand.
In your lifetime.
Yeah.
And that's tough. That's very tough. And I don't think that an entrepreneur knows when he starts a business,
they don't know what to expect, right? They don't know what they're getting themselves into.
With the media, they tend to believe that it's easy. It's an easy way to get rich, to be a millionaire. And it's not like that. Not at all.
It's not the reality of being an entrepreneur.
It's not. And you really have to love this way of life.
Yeah.
And if you really love it, it will be worth it.
Yeah.
And if you really want to have something that most of people don't have, you need to work like that. You need to work very hard.
Yeah.
And
make a lot of sacrifices as well, no?
Life it's full of sacrifices, and to get one thing, you can have the whole package.
Yeah.
You need to make choices.
Yeah.
And the choices will have an impact on your life, probably to the rest of your life.
Okay.
I don't know. And yeah, I try to tell people this, but I don't always tell this in a depressive way, but just to make them aware of the choices they are making. Yeah. But also, I told them that even though I had these problems and I had to give some things. Yeah. I really love what I do, and it's really incredible to be 22 and be independent. And I have my team. We are a team of 5. Yeah. I can, I meet a lot of incredible people every day, and I have the possibility to learn from the best of the best in the business. Very cool. It's incredible. Yeah. It's something that you can't pay. You can't pay to have a meeting with Timbi Era. I don't know. With those kind of entrepreneurs, people with an incredible mindset. Yeah. That will help you a lot to your whole life. You can pay that in college or whatever. So I understand. Yeah, I really love. I don't regret it at all. I think about that a lot. If should I have made this different? What will be my life if I still in college? But at the end of the day, you think about it, and I really love the job. That's great. I wake up. You can see you love it. Yeah, I wake up. After the weekend, I wake up to the Monday and let's do this. It's not like a
so Monday's never a chore, right?
Yeah.
Monday's a good thing, right?
Monday's a good thing. It's not like Tony Robbins thing. This is gonna change the world, like self-improvement. No, it's just love what you do. It's just simple. You don't need to give advice that won't work. You need to love what you do. I agree. And that's whatever it may be. You're gonna be making money eventually. Yeah. You're not going to be rich at first. Probably you never will. I don't know, but at least you enjoy. You need to enjoy the journey much more than you enjoy the final goal. Yeah. What even is the final goal, right? Yeah. It's like once you get. It's like you were saying before. Whenever you get to any kind of metric or number or goal, I'll tell you there's always the next one, right? Happened to me last week. We received the bonus of the last year. Yeah. And I looked at my bank account. Okay, nice. Let's go to work. Yeah. So it's not that I didn't. Yeah, it's good, but it's just the money's practical, but it's not what you're doing it for, right? At first, you think money will change your life. It will change things, but when you start to not to have much, I'm not rich. But when you start to have some financial independence and can do maybe whatever you want if you're not just crazy, you start to think that it's not the solution for anything. It will help you have better health, better... Comfortable. Makes you more comfortable. Yeah. But it really... it's not the car. If you buy a new car, it will last 1 week. Very nice. This is a great car. But after that, you get empty again. And you need to work on something bigger, more expensive. It's just not the way of living. Yeah. You need to. You can't be happy loving money, just money. Because it won't make you happy. Yeah. Well, the number will always change, right? It'll always increase or whatever. Yeah. It
Yeah,
was increased.
I totally understand.
It's sad, but
Yeah.
it's the reality.
I get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it. So, really enjoyed this chat today. Is there anything else that we should have talked about? Any questions that I didn't ask you that you would have liked to have talked about?
It's a very nice chat. I don't know.
Because sometimes, you know, I've got my things that I want to talk to you about, and sometimes you get that little feeling afterwards, oh, I wish he'd asked me this, or wish I had have said that. Is there anything that we've missed out, do you think?
No, I think I said all the things that I want to. Let me just, yeah.
That's cool, man. Well,
No, let me just to a final note is maybe more a practical one.
yeah,
If you're going to create your business, try to surround yourself with very positive people,
good.
because that's the key to success. Is not if you're surrounded by negativity, people. Even more in Portugal, people are very negative. I don't know if you felt that.
I'm saying nothing. You're Portuguese, you can say it.
But I don't know if you felt that. But people always say, "Oh, life is okay. It's okay." Life
Well,
is sad."
here we have the culture of this very melancholic music, which is fado, and
No.
I don't. It's chicken and egg maybe, but I think the music comes from the people,
I like
right?
the combination of both.
Yeah,
The depressive lifestyle, like a writer, poet. Okay, they need. Our best poets were always depressed.
Yeah.
Fernando Pessoa was incredible.
yeah.
If you
Sad.
It was very sad. It was like Bukowski, but all the Portuguese population is like Bukowski.
Yeah.
Not that drunk, but.
I get it.
But the thing is,
So surround yourself with
if you
positive
surround
people.
yourself with positive people, you're only thinking in positive ways. If you came across a problem, you don't start. Okay, this is gonna ruin my life. I don't know how to solve this. No, you start thinking. Okay, this happened. I can change I can change only the outcome and how I see the problem. And I need to find some ways to solve it, not to start dwelling about it. Okay, like 1 week, hey, I have this problem, what are you gonna do? No, on the first day, you know you have it, solve it.
So is this a mixture of positivity and practicality, maybe through experience as well? Because obviously when you're talking like someone like Timbi Era, who is an incredibly positive person,
it is.
it's not like he's just saying, he's not like just a cheerleader saying, go Pedro, you know what I mean? You can do this. He's probably giving you very practical advice as well, right? So, I mean, I'm guessing that it's great to have that mixture, right?
Yes, it's incredible. It's incredible.
Because, like, I know people who are super positive, but they aren't very practical, you know?
You need to be both.
You need to be a bit of both, right? Ideally. All right. Well, listen, this has been an amazing chat. I know we're going to see each other more. We have a lot of people that we know in common, which is part of the reason why it was easy for us to get together and have this chat today. I know you've been speaking with Dietmar as well. Thanks very much, Pedro.
Thank you.
Pleasure having you. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I think in the interview you have said most or just a little bit of what you're doing or what you're planning. Is there a bigger picture, an even much bigger picture you're going through?
I don't know, maybe I think I didn't said our main vision as a company.
Okay. Maybe now it's the time for.
The thing
we should get the vision.
Okay.
Okay. Let's get the vision.
So when we started with a problem just while I was studying, but we want to grow much more than that. And our main goal, I think, is to create tools that will help people to learn better, to innovate, to be creative, and we will create products around that, not necessarily notebooks, but a range of products that will help people learn, because as I told Mike and we saw, I think there is a problem with our education system, and I want to help that a lot. Really deep in my heart.
This is actually an issue. We talked on the playground a little bit about it, that we go next step talking totally different issues away from the INSiDE and some other ideas about the learning system, how the education system out there, what we maybe can do as entrepreneurs, big groups, communities, changing things. Well, everything is changing, but some
I think
education
that's
or
kind
not.
of our mission.
Yeah. So let's do this for our next time. We're going to see us and talk a different issue.
Yeah, of course.
We finish here. Thank you very much. Take the INSiDE book. You will really be surprised. I have one. You have one. You have one. You have one.
You can find them at INFINITEBOok.com.
Yes. Then go there and order one. You will be really happy.
Yeah,
thank you.
incredible.
Thank you very much, Pedro.
Thank you.
And you come back and then we talk
Sure.
very important issues besides the normal business. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Take care.